But yeah. Welcome. One sticker man, one sticker home, one sticker room. Yes. Welcome to a new video. This is different from what you normally see, which is the unboxing of figures like this one. And yeah, just trying something different. Just because I want to educate you guys. Just kidding. It's not like an education, but it's more of like for you guys to know how these priced figures work, because, well, obviously I do a lot of price figure unboxings. And yeah, there's a lot of companies out there. There's a few that I kind of stick with, which is like your TAITO, Fuyu, Sega. More recently, I've done some of Coco, Bandai, stuff like that. And I wanted to make these videos where I explain, one of the brands, kind of talk about the different product lines that they have, like this albedo that's kind of showing right here. And I thought I'd start with TAITO. Yeah, so TAITO is one of my favorite ones. TAITO tends to do a lot of mainly a lot of female characters, with their Corfo brand, their desktop cute, aqua floats, basically a lot of female characters. If there's a female character from an anime that you like, most likely there's a TAITO figure out there of her, which is kind of cool. A lot of these figures too, they go based on licenses as well. So what you'll see today is a lot of albedo, because TAITO likes to do a lot of albedo figures. But you do see albedo figures with Sega and Fuyu and even Bandai now. There's actually a figure that I saw that came out on Bandai, so that's kind of cool. But not all anime characters, or just anime in general, are with every manufacturing company, right? So there's some that are specific to their line. For example, like One Piece, you won't really see any One Piece in TAITO, but you'll see pretty much all One Piece in Bandai, because One Piece is licensed with Bandai. Yeah, so just little explanation there on that. But yeah, like I mentioned, there's different product lines from TAITO, and one of the first ones that I'm going to talk about is Corfo. And Corfo, basically, just cute girls, cute anime girls, waifus, whatever you want to call it. They do a bunch of characters, a bunch. And I mean, I usually get mainly all the albedo ones. And the thing is that they don't just, release like one figure. They do so many variants of like the same figure, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But basically, two of the first albedo figures that I got were these Corfo ones, one being this swimsuit albedo, and the other one this white knit dress albedo. And these are very simple, but yet very, very good. These are very good figures. As a matter of fact, this is kind of what got me into buying more figures, because I bought these and I was like, man, these are actually really, really good. I was really surprised by the quality on these, and I was just like, yeah, pretty dope. Then I started finding out that there are different colors of these, and I was like, well, that's kind of cool. And then I found out there was even more colors, and then there was even more colors, and then I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. But basically, what they do is that they release, your regular one. This is the one that you'll find at your local shops, right? So wherever you go by, you'll normally see this one, although not really this one, because this one's kind of old already. But you'll see your regular one, which your box has the figure image and everything. But then you'll have these limited ones, like this one, which is really, really nice. This is the black knit dress, and it's basically the same figure. You can see it's the same base, pretty much the same thing, except this one's black and this one's white. So regular, limited. And it's rare. I don't think I've seen a shop anywhere close to where I live that has limited figures for sale. Usually these limited figures, you will get them from like the crane games, which is why they're called prize figures, because you win them as a prize. So TAITO actually has their own like crane game locations, and actually you can play online as well. I don't do that because I'm not good at it. I'd probably end up spending more money than what I should be for a figure, so I don't do that, but you can, and that's where you get your limited versions. I just tend to buy the limited versions from people in Japan and stuff. It's a lot easier. I just let them play the crane games and I just buy the figures. Unfortunately, this one was a little bit more expensive because it is a limited one, and at the time that I got it, it was even more limited because there really weren't that many. It's a really old figure, but it's a really nice figure. So yeah, that's regular limited. And I'll show you one more just for the heck of it. Like I was showing you regular swimsuit, and then you have limited white swimsuit, which again, this one was a little bit more expensive. I will say that, because same thing, it was a really hard figure to find. If you try to find it right now, it's really hard to get it, or if you do find it, it's going to be pretty expensive. So yeah, these demo Beto figures have been pretty pricey. So anyways, that's those. I will show you one more, and that is this, which is Frieren. This is another Corfu figure, and this is a Frieren figure that is actually wearing her regular clothes. The thing with TAITO, which is kind of cool, is that normally they have their characters in like a regular outfit like this, and then obviously they have the figures where they're wearing something that you don't normally see in the anime. So that's kind of cool. If you like figures that or you like to see them in like different outfits, then Corfu pretty much does that. But then they also will put them in their regular outfits. So they also have that. Well, that is Corfu. I think that's all I have for Corfu, or at least to talk about Corfu. I have a lot of figures of Corfu, but I'm not going to go through all that. The next thing I'm going to go to is aqua floats, which again, my introduction to aqua floats was through Albedo. I got this version here, which is the regular aqua float white swimsuit. I don't know if you can see that well, but yes. Here's my thing with aqua floats. They're small. I mean, look at this. They're very cool that you can separate the float, the figure. All that is awesome. I just wish they were bigger, because if I'm gonna pay $25 to $30 for one of these and then pay the same price for this one, I'm rather going with this one. Unless you're a huge aqua floats guy, then cool. But I won't buy more aqua floats. The only reason I bought these was because it's all Beto. But other than that, I feel like these aqua floats are kind of small. But just like Corfu, they have renewal versions, and this is the renewal version of that same figure, which pretty much looks the same all around, except that this one has a yellow float, and then her swimsuit is black in this one. Really, that's all it is. So renewal. But of course, TAITO is not done there, right? They say, well, I'm gonna do also a limited version, and I'm gonna show you a limited version of the renewal, which again, same yellow float as the renewal one, but this one is red swimsuit, and this one was a little bit more expensive because again, it was a limited one. But you get the idea, right? You get pretty much 4 variants per figure, at least these Albedo ones, which is crazy. I mean, crazy, really. I even have the limited version of the original one or the regular one, which is I think it's like a blue swimsuit. I have them all. I know. Yeah. So that's Aquafloats. Not much to say about Aquafloats. Again, I personally feel like they're kind of small. But if you like collecting that, no big deal. You're welcome to pretty much collect whatever you want. But moving on, let's talk about Desktop Cute. And Desktop Cute, again, another albedo, are like these. They're bigger figures, which better than the Aquafloats, and they don't come with a base or anything. You basically just sit them anywhere you like, by your computers, by your desktop, and then they just look cute like this. And just like every other TAITO, line, except no, never mind. I take that back. Every TAITO line does it. They have limited versions, which is this one here. So white swimsuit, black swimsuit, pretty much the same figure all around, just different swimsuits, and that makes it the limited version. Usually limited versions are a little more expensive. Sometimes they're about the same. It just depends who you're buying from, but that's what that is. And I actually seen that they are now promoting, or probably came out already, the renewal version of that one, which has, I think, a purple swimsuit, and I believe a limited one of the renewal version, which has like a yellow one. I'm not sure. I'm not either yellow, gold, or red, something like that. But there are two more variants of that one. Another one that I have is this China dress, or half China dress, because there's no dress back there. But yeah, I like this one. The size of it it's actually really nice. For what it costs, it's actually a good figure, and it looks really nice. I'm not a huge fan of like the China dress style, but I do appreciate the designs on it because they're really, really good. And just in general, this figure, it looks really nice. But of course, it wouldn't be a TAITO figure without the limited version, which I actually like the limited one more on this one because it looks really nice. That black, fantastic. I love black, so I dig this one a lot. Now for this one's still kind of new. These are still kind of how can I say, rotating out there. So I haven't seen there being any announcement of these having a renewal version, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be one, because why wouldn't they have a renewal, and then a limited renewal one as well. Another desktop, which is a very seductive desktop one, is this one here, which I don't have the limited one because I kind of don't like the limited one. But this one is another one that is a bunny, like bunny style, kind of like a ByQ bunny, but not necessarily a ByQ bunny. But yes, basically she just kind of crawling there, looking very seductive, very nice. And like mentioned, there is a limited version of this one, which is like red. So basically her outfit is red instead of like this black one. And I think I saw also a renewal one of that one. I'm not too sure, but I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, I think that's what I have for. Oh, actually I have this one too. I'll show you this one. This is another different character, so you don't get kind of like hit by so many albedo. You see something different. This is Elena. This is a cat Elena, which I'm not very fond of. I don't quite like the whole cat, situation, but the figure was kind of cool. I picked it up and it's nice. I like the detail on the dress and everything. It's kind of small. Again, the character is kind of small, makes sense. Really, what I really love about this figure are those damn boots. Look at those Doc Martens, man. I've said it before and I will continue to say it. These are some awesome shoes. They look so good. But that's all. That's pretty much my favorite thing on this figure. Plus, this figure is kind of peeling. which I don't know if you can see it there, but it is kind of peeling, so that's kind of annoying. But another desktop figure, or desktop cute figure. All right, do I have anything else here? No. Okay. Okay, so I've covered Corful, I've covered Desktop Cute, I've covered Aquafloats. Next, I'm going to go on to Artist Masterpiece, or Amp Plus, which this one is supposed to be like your more premium figures, and I'd say they pretty much are. They usually do cost a little bit more, which makes sense, but I always try to still get them for a cheaper price because it can get expensive. But the first one I'm going to show you is Marin Kitagawa in this cosplay version, which I don't remember what it's called, but it's Marin from My Dress Up Darling, and I really like this one. This one has a cool base, and the figure is pretty big. The details on this is really good. I don't know if you can see that, but look at that right there on the head and everything. It's really good. Plus this chain, man, this is so cool. The fact that this is actually a chain, like it's not just a plastic thing that's just like that. You can actually, you know, yank on her if you want. But yeah, it's a really nice looking figure all around. I mean, even the back of the figure looks nice, the design and everything. It even comes with a little, wait, where is it? Actually, it's over here. Is this thing right? I don't even know. There's this little paper here thing that's supposed to be like, you know, the dimensions of like the dresses and stuff. So like if you want to, you know, do it yourself kind of thing. Just kidding. But yeah, that kind of just goes there, and so that's basically your figure right there. So this is, again, a very, very nice figure, and I would say even better quality than some of the other figures from TAITO. But there's also Albedo Artist Masterpiece, like this one, which is freaking huge. Look at this one. It's so big. I don't really care for the base. The base is kind of like whatever. I think it's the color, to be honest. I feel like the color doesn't really go with the rest of the figure. But this is actually the limited one, because I do have the other one as well, where she's wearing like a purple dress. I don't really like that one much. I like the white dress a little bit more, so that's why I decided to show you this one. But this one's kind of cool. Not too many details on this one, I will say, but it is still a really, really nice figure, and again, really big, so not bad, I guess. And the next one I have is my Sakurajima, which is from Bunny Girl Senpai, or Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Basically, this is another artist masterpiece. This is a very small artist masterpiece, as a matter of fact. This one's really small compared to like the other ones I've showed you, but it's still pretty nice. You know, it's another bunny, not ByQ bunny, but this bunny one actually has the tights like the ByQ bunny. So this is kind of cool because you can actually feel it, you can stretch it. It's pretty nice. There's also a limited version of this one where she has like a silver like outfit. Yeah, kind of like silverish. I don't have that one. I think I tried to get it, but it was kind of expensive, and I was like, I don't want to pay so much for that one, like I have for some of the Albedos, so I didn't do it, but I still have that one. So you can see that with Artist Masterpiece, they do kind of range in sizes, to be honest, and like I said, they're usually a little bit more expensive, but they're really good in quality, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I think that's TAITO. Really what I have from TAITO. There's probably more, to be honest. Actually, yes, there is one more. I will one more. Actually, I forgot to mention, I do have this Ariel collection, which only, from what I saw, there's only like two. One, what's her name? Matsuri or something like that from Demon Slayer. And this one, Power from Chainsaw Man. But this one, I was very disappointed with this one. Look at the face on that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty bad. I didn't like this one. I'm sorry, but I just didn't. And I think people probably didn't like them either because, you know, there's only 2 of that line, and I don't think they're gonna make any more. So yeah, that's also TAITO. But from what you can see, TAITO has pretty good figures. I'm not gonna lie, their figures are pretty good, but they're not perfect. You know, they still have some quality issues on some of them and all that kind of stuff. So you know, they're still price figures at the end of the day, and that means that, you know, you are gonna find some quality issues. Some of the figures, they might not be as good as like the other ones and all that. But at the end of the day, TAITO still does a really good job with these figures, and for what you pay is pretty good. And it depends, I guess, what you pay for them, right? If you can get these for like, let's say between 20 to 25 bucks, I would say even 30, that's still fine. If you're paying more than $30, that's too much. And if you're paying more than 40, then that's even way too much. Again, some of these local shops where you like buy these figures from, they do tend to price them a little bit higher, which I'm not saying don't go and buy them. You know, support your local shops and all that kind of stuff, but just be careful, because some places do try to take advantage of people, and also be careful with fakes, because those are out there as well. But luckily with the fakes, I've seen some fakes of I think of like this one, for example, but it's very obvious. Face looks horrible. Most of the stuff, it doesn't look good. And then the boxes are a giveaway too. Boxes are usually pretty bad. So try to stay away from those. Again, don't pay more than $30 for them. Definitely don't pay more than $40 like I did for this one. Although this one is very well deserved, because it's a nice figure that was very hard to get, very limited. So, you know, those are the only excuses as far as like paying over 40. But other than that, try to stay under the 30 range. If you could get from 25, less than 25, perfect, because they're price figures at the end of the day, you know. But yeah, that's all I have. That's all I have to say about the TAITO. I think I'm gonna give TAITO like a rating, right, or just like I do with my figures, and I think that I'm gonna give TAITO a 4. And you might be thinking, well, why not 5? Well, because at the end of the day, these are price figures, they are mass produced, and again, there tends to be a lot of quality issues with these figures. Even as good as they might be, but you know, I think a 4 for a price figure is not bad at all. It's actually really good. I would say that, you know, if you're getting close to a 5, that's more on the scale figure side, and those are obviously more, you know, they're more expensive. The details are just there. There's clearly a difference between like a scale figure and a price figure. But I will say there are some scales that are, you know, sometimes not that great either. So not all scale figures are 5, but at least this one, I'll give it a 4. But yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, let me know, and I'll do more, like, you know, like I mentioned, Sega, Furyu, El Coco, Good Smile, you know, their Papa Parade figures, and Bandai, who has like a bunch of like lines and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.